Why hello. Let's do an update on crypto's OTC today. I'm about halfway through day 35, and what's happening, first of all, I'm not a financial or investment advisor. None of this is financial or investment advice. I'm not an attorney. It's not legal advice. Do what you want with your money. I've been documenting my progress on this experiment of crypto's OTC, which is a mostly automated crypto arbitrage software which has no cost to it. And basically what it does is it finds price differences for crypto and different exchanges, and it shows you the deals and allows you to confirm if you want to do the deals. And if you do, it shows you what the profit is going to be when the deal is closed, and then it handles the transaction for you based on your manual confirmation. It does it at a rate and in volumes that no human being could ever do. It makes it very, very profitable for me. All I have is to go on is the data that I have here to look at. And my results may be exceptional, not typical. Your results could be different. They could be worse. They could be better. I don't know. But don't listen to me. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just sharing you what's happening for me. This is done for informational, educational, entertainment, or documentary purposes only. As always, seek the advice of a qualified financial advisor if you want advice. If you don't want advice, just do what you want, okay? So don't take this as any guarantee or prediction of what you might earn if you were to participate in this same thing. I figured out a long time ago, trying to rely on other people's opinions is just about useless. For me, I need to experience it myself, or it's not real to me. So everybody's bickering about, oh, is this legit? Is this real? Are they going to pay? I go, all right, let's put some money in and find out. I'll do that. I'll document it, and then you can watch what happens. No big deal. So this account, by the way, if you want more, if you're just coming across this and you don't really understand how this works, I'll put a link below to a playlist and also to another video where I go in depth. My day, I think it was day 29. Today's day 35. And day 29, I did a very in-depth demo how this works. I explained everything, all the ins and outs. So see the description if you want to do that. And you may want to subscribe and click the little notification thing, because I'll continue to put out update videos like this, and that way you won't miss them if you care. If you don't care, no biggie. So I started this account with $3,465. I did a little bit of, just show me the money, right? And once I got comfortable with it and I tested withdrawals and that worked, then I put another 7,700 in. So I put a total of 11,000. I can add these up. 11,178 was the total I put in. I did that over the first 15 days. My first day I earned 106. It went up pretty much every single day since then, culminating in yesterday being the highest ever. 12,412 for the day. The day before that, 12,109. These are daily profits. There's no recurring costs here. So the difference between gross and profit is very, very tiny. It's zero for the most part. I mean, unless I'm putting some money into, I don't know. It takes me some time to create resources and startup steps for my teams and things like that, but that's just time. So you can see, let's go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just in the last 7 days, my daily profit has grown from 7,200 to 12,412. Here you see daily growth percentages. And my daily growth in my account is 16, 15, 14, 13, 14 and a half. Percentages just from running the transactions. If you didn't want to share this with anyone else, you're afraid to talk to people and you don't want anybody else to get completely hands-free profit. If that's your bag, it would be somewhere in this neighborhood, 2.9 to about 3.5, pushing 4 sometimes. It fluctuates. But this is profit. It's like what deals are available. If we find that good deals with higher profit margin, we profit a little bit more that day. We're doing quite a lot of transactions. Each transaction's pretty small profit margin. We can actually look, and I'll show you. For example, here, let me blow this up a little bit. For example, here, our last transaction, I utilized $70,049 to buy and enter that transaction. And when that's resolved, that'll all come back to me plus the profit. But the profit on that $70,000 is only $210. Well, you may say that's not very much for a $70,000 investment. That's true, but we do it over and over and over again. We do this like 10, 11 times a day, and that's only a portion of my funds. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different transactions in that run. We do this about every 2.25 hours. Okay, maybe 2 hours and 12 minutes, 2 hours and 13 minutes. And so that's 210, 295, 115, about $318, something like that, just in transactions about every 2 hours. Now again, these are just my results. I'm not showing this to you so that you can predict what'll happen for you. This is just what's happening for me. Why it would be different for you, I have no idea. I guess if you just didn't do the transactions, they're simple. I mean, you're just clicking. Can you click? Can you tap a screen? That's all you have to do. Read and click. I mean, it takes, to do all 8 of those transactions would have taken 90 seconds. And most of that's just waiting for the page to load. So today we see I'm up to 2374 here in profit just on transactions. Yesterday was 2852. The day before 2800. The day before 27. You see it's going up, up, up over time. That's just transaction. Now, as I showed you earlier, my profit for the day yesterday was $12,412. So roughly 9,600 of that was from referral commissions. Now, referral commissions are paid on the profit of the people whom you've referred. 3 levels. That means that my first level is 15%, second level is 10, and third level is 3. So if I refer you and you're profiting, I get 15%. I get a commission that is based on a 15% calculation of whatever profit you made. So if you made $100 that day, I earned 15. So multiply that out for the month. So that's an extra $450 a month I get in override referral commissions just because you're profiting. If you were enrolled through my link, I'll put my link below. If somebody decides they want to do that, that's fine. I'm not recommending you do that. Again, don't listen to me. Make your own decisions about what you want to do. Now, if you came in and then you referred someone else, you would get a 15% of their profit and I would get 10. So that's where most of my earnings are coming from because I've referred a lot of people. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for years. Maybe you only get, I mean, I see people, they put their whole family in, all their kids, their wife, their brothers, you know, and it's great because it's like there's no recurring costs for them. There's no price. There's nothing to buy. All they have to do is move money from one account to another account. And it's kind of like you're just going from a savings account with 0% interest, or actually less than that because inflation's like 30% right now, or 40% on important things. So your money is basically being cut in half every 18 months if it's just sitting there. It's like negative interest. We go from that, we move our money into turn it into crypto, we move it into a crypto wallet, and now all of a sudden it's producing 4.2 million % interest. Which I did a calculation one day and I figured out that's about what it actually is for me, because when I'm figuring out, you know, my daily percentages, I started at about 3. That would be the area where the difference between my results and your results would be the most obvious, would be I probably have shared this with more people than you will. Not necessarily, but probably. It's also possible that if someone were sharing this with others, because if you think about it, look, Grandma, you got money sitting in savings. It's totally up to you, but I'm doing this thing. It's producing 3% per day. It's adding to my money 3% every day. That's what's happening for me. And if you wanted to do the same, here's how you do it. And Grandma, she comes in and she likes what she sees and she ends up putting $100,000 in. I'm not suggesting your grandmother do that. I'm just giving you a hypothetical, fake, made-up example to illustrate the math. So, because she's just losing money. So on 100,000, at 3% per day, it's 3,000 a day. 15% of that would be your commission. That'd be $450 a day. For the month, that's $13,500. But it's not $13,500 because it compounds every day. So unless she's withdrawing everything every single day, it would be significantly more than that. Now, just to give you the concept of how this works, okay? So here, day 35, that's where I'm sitting. My account is at 106,769 by the time I add in, well, it's higher than that now because we've been talking and I've earned more affiliate commissions, but I've got a total net profit of 133,727. I have withdrawn at this point $38,000. The last withdrawal was yesterday morning, early AM. That took my account, it was about 102 something at the time. That took it down to 85,064 when I did that. here I am today. It is about 36 hours later. My account is back up to 106,000. So I took out 16, paid myself 16,000, and literally a day and a half later, I'm already up more than 4,000 past the point where I was when I took the 16,000 out. I could at this point, theoretically, just take out $12,000 a day and my account would still keep growing because I'm making an extra 400. Today I'm on pace to earn over 13,000, but we'll see how it comes out. Sometimes it surprises me. Like here, I was at 10.8, I skipped right over the 11s, hit 12. Okay? So I'm not bragging, I'm just showing you. I didn't know what was going to happen with this. When I first started, all I had was this data. And the first day I had this, and I was like, okay, cool. I made $106 today just clicking 15 times. See, the software does most of the work. But if we combine the AI with the amazing crypto market right now, you're living in an amazing time to be alive. Probably the easiest time in the history of this planet to actually create profit. And this is not price action trading. We're not entering a trade and then hoping the price goes the right way. It's not Forex, right? It's not crypto trading. When you say crypto trading, that's what you think about, charts and indicators and support and resistance and all that. Forget all that stuff. Okay, that stuff is hard. I know some of you maybe have done well with that stuff. I traded for a few years with Forex. I can't get off the chart. My personality is too, I got to make sure everything's going right. For me, it just ate up my whole life. This is like literally you set an alarm on your phone every 2.25 hours. You just hop on and you click 15 times or so. There's also free tools that you can use, office tools that are available to everyone. You can automate clicks. I mean, it's super easy to do. You don't even have to click. Everybody, I want to talk about that for a minute because a lot of people reach out to me here and they're like, how do I get the automation bot? How do I get the automation bot? How do I get the bot? I want the bot. Tell me how to get the bot. Guys, there's like hundreds of free tools to automate browser clicking. Just Google for them. iMacros is one of them, right? Macs have Automator. There's, I don't know, what's it called? GS Clicker on a piece. It's not like I have the world's only patent on the only automated way to automate browser clicks. It's like, let's be a little bit resourceful. People think, oh, I'm going to join that guy because he's got the automated bot. Folks, everyone has access to automate clicks in a browser. Everyone. And it's free. You don't need I have my own thing that I developed. And I run it on a VPS, so I don't have to do those clicks. I'm just outsourcing, delegating those clicks so I can automate it. So I have a 24/7, 100% hands-free, passive profit machine. And, you know, we just started on another passive profit machine yesterday, and I'll get into that probably, you know, maybe in a week or a few weeks in terms of how we're doing that. But for the moment, I mean, this is producing at such insanely high levels, I don't see the reason to focus on anything else at the moment. These are my actual numbers. I mean, this is just the end of every 24-hour period. I post the end of the day at midnight. I post what the amount is. So again, refer to the earnings disclosure. Those are just my results. Your results may be completely different or worse. People are always asking about this too. Withdrawals. So I've withdrawn 38,000. I have a withdrawal schedule set up for myself. This is just my own personal. I worked the numbers up and down. Actually, for my team, I have a spreadsheet, and it automatically calculates when you put your withdrawals in. It automatically recalculates all the balances and everything. If you're on my team, don't ask me where that is. It's on the team updates page, where it's been since I posted it on April 7th. I still have people asking me that. Go to the team instructions page. If you're on my team and you still don't know how to get access to the instructions, to how to set all this up, how to set up the automation, how to use the spreadsheets, go to the team instructions page that you came through when you signed up. For those of you who are not members of this particular thing, you think you might like to be, and you come through my registration link in the description, you are going to be forced through. First of all, I need your email so I know who you are, because otherwise I have no way to know who you are. All I see is a nickname. I can't communicate with you, and then I end up with a million questions. You put your name in the form, and then I email you the instructions. And the instructions are very exact. Let's go to the top of this. So the automation bot, the help videos, promotional resources, team updates, FAQ, private Telegram channel, private MeWe group. What do? You do step 1, then you do step 2, then you do step 3, then you do step 4, then you do step 5. Step 5 is a little longer. You got to set up a crypto wallet if you haven't done. Step 5, you fund your account. Or step 6, there's a number of workarounds on how to do that quickly. I mean, you could have your account funded. I mean, the videos on here, this video is only about 5 minutes. I mean, you could have your account funded in less than 10 minutes. Step 7, do step 7. Step 8's optional. Here's how the automation works. Here's our sexy help video playlist, promotional resources for our people to use. And if you think about it in terms of you getting started, this makes everything very easy. And I've been working on this over time, and people are now, yesterday I had about a dozen people reach out and go, oh my God, I didn't have any idea what to do, and I just followed your instructions and everything came out great. This is awesome. I've been constantly tweaking it. I get questions, I add them, I make it smoother. I'm trying to make it dummy proof. We go to the FAQ page, all the answers are here. Okay, so the thing is, like, if you just go through the registration link, if you decide to do that, I'm not telling you to do that. But if you decide to do that, you're going to have access to this page, and it's going to be, all the instructions are here. All the answers, all the questions are here. It's very hard for me to get on and answer a bunch of YouTube comments. In any event, if we go to withdrawal records, just to show you. So I have my own withdrawal schedule worked out, and it's worked out using that spreadsheet, which is a different one from this, where I have to work it up and down and figure out how much do I want to compound versus how much do I want to withdraw to pay myself, because I want the amounts to compound. I would say, well, 12,000 a day is pretty good. Right now I could take out 12,000 a day. Well, I mean, I'd rather take out 200,000 a day. That may exceed some of your big, some of that may be too big to think for some of you, but you do have to balance it some kind of way, because if you start with $1,000 and you take out your $30 every day, it's not going to grow. So I worked out my own schedule. So at 28,942, I took out 5,000. At 38,445, I took out 7,000. At 54,94, I took out 10,000. At 102,125, I took out 16,000. And I usually overshoot these a bit. It's hard to hit it exact, but now at 152, I'll take out 20,000. Now 152, you have to think about this, right? So I just did a withdrawal yesterday. I'm 1 day out from the withdrawal, and I'm earning about 13,000 a day right now based on my current projection. We're looking at a $50,000 difference. 50,500 divided by 13,000 equals 3.8. So it's only going to take me less than 4 days to hit the next marker. What that means is 1, 2, 3, 4. About here, I'm going to be taking out, what was it? 20,000. So I'll have another $20,000 payday 4 days later. So if I said 20,000 a week, that would be good. That would be great. That'd be a lot. That'd be top 1%, right? Every 4 days. So, some of these markers took longer, and I can't remember how I came up with these markers. You can see here the second withdrawal was 4 days later, the third was 3 days later, and then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was at the very beginning of this day, like literally right after midnight. So it was actually closer to 6 days than 7, but I got to put it somewhere. So, I mean, I just couldn't be happier with this thing. I don't work there. I don't own the company. I'm using it. Yeah, it's like a free thing I can use. I take money out of my account and I put it in this wallet and I run these cycles, and it gives me the profit. They're making money off transactions. They're happy about it. I can't vouch for them. I don't know these people. I mean, I have access to the same data you have. You can go to cotps.net and look at the website if you want to get the data. Their licenses are on here and so forth. Here's their United States MSB license, their Canadian MSB license. They're working on more. They're not open in all areas. I just found out today Singapore is not. You can't do it if you're in Singapore. I don't know why. But they said they're working on it. So timeline is here for, where they're at. I mean, this is the new global agency project. So this started in November and we're here mid-April. In any event, sometimes people ask me about these withdrawals. So here, we're in our Kraken account. I use Kraken for my wallet. If we look at history, last one, 16,000. Here's within COTPS, here's my withdrawal record, 1649. Yeah, it was actually 1649. I did 1649 because I had to wanted to cover the fees, and I wanted at least 16,000 out of it that day. So 10,000, 7,000, 5,000, 20 was my test. Okay, here we go. So 417, it was actually 4:30 a.m. Okay, so 16,085 cents. So there's a 0.3% withdrawal fee that COPS charges, COTPS. Crypto's OTC. Some people call it COPS. Some people call it COTP. So that's the 16. I got a lot of other stuff going on in here too, but the 410, 10,000, 410, that came through as 9,970 because of the fee. 47, 7,000. That's here, 47, deposit. This was what was left after the fee. 43, 5,000. Oh, that's here. 43, deposit. 4985 after the fee, and then $20 on 327, which was here. This was my initial test on 327. And once I did the test, because on 327, what was happening? 327's here. So by this point, I had this data. Okay. Well, here, let's make it a little longer. I had this data. I'd gone from making 106 in profit a day up to over 500 or pushing 700 for the day. So at this point, I had almost 2 weeks in where I was looking at this going, man, this is incredible. Right? So I said, well, let me just do a test withdrawal, make sure that's smooth before I put more funds in, because I wanted to get my account balance up so my amounts would be higher. That's just what I did. I'm not saying you should do that. So once I put the extra 7,700 in, you see my account balance jumped up. And then, right away, I went from, I probably put it in, I was probably on pace to do about 600 that day. So I put that in later in the day. I finished the day at 755. The next day I jumped over $900 a day, which I would have been perfectly happy with. If you'd have told me, hey, there's this place you can move money from your savings and put it in this wallet, and we'll have an automated process to generate profit for you on it, and it'll produce you an extra 900 a day. What's that? What does that come to? 900 a day for a month. 27,000 a month. I would be happy with that. I'd be just so pleased I wouldn't even have words for it. But it just kept going. I was compounding. So I compounded for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And on that 7th day, I broke through 3,000 a day. And I said, this is the bomb. And I really started sharing it with people at that point, because it's working. And honestly, the only complaint I have about them is sometimes when you reach out to customer service here, it sits for a while and then it times out and you have to reload it. But they reply. It's not like most companies where you have to submit a ticket and wait 3 days. Sometimes it's like, I don't know what country all the customer service people are in, but sometimes their answer seems like maybe their English is second language, which is not unusual, obviously. And right now we have this little bit of an issue where sometimes when people go to register, they put their phone number in, because we don't use email, we use phone. It's all linked to your phone. And they click to send them the verification code, and the verification code doesn't come right away. Or it just doesn't work. They tried a couple times, and then several hours later they tried and it works. And I'm not sure what's happening with that. That's a new issue that's just happening since last week. It may literally just be that they've expanded to the point where there's so much volume that they're exceeding the capacity for those messages. If you know anything about how to use those things like Twilio and such on the back end, there's a certain, you need a certain ability to handle so much capacity. But I don't know. I'm just speculating. So at the moment, that's the only complaint I have about them. And when I go to withdrawal, sometimes, because when you go to withdraw, there's a process. And the security is very tight. So you have an additional transaction password. You have to send a verification code to your phone and then put that in there. And it's not showing it to you right now, but you'd see if you tried to do this, it'll actually come up with a facial recognition too. So I just got this little cheapo webcam that I hooked to my Mac here. I got one of these Mac Minis, which is amazing. And when I do a verification withdrawal, I have to take a picture of my face. And that would make it hard for someone to, if they hacked in here. I mean, they'd have to know your transaction password. They'd have to have your phone to get the verification. They'd have to be able to get a picture of your face. So really, the triple check on your withdrawals. So security's tight. And your withdrawal address is locked. So when you set that up, it locks. You can't even change it. So you know, depending on what wallet you have, you know, you get the wallet address and you put that in there. If you want to change it, you have to go through support and you have to go through all this rigmarole, right? Again, facial recognition, ID. I mean, appears to me they want security to really be super tight, which is great, because as much as it slows you down from time to time, at least you know your funds are safe. Anyway, that's been my experience with this. So as far as like what would you have to do if you were doing this, if you decided you wanted to do this, what does it involve? Well, you'd have to register an account. I mean, you just come up with a nickname, username, put your phone number in, you get a verification code, you plug the verification code in to validate your phone, and you come up with a password and you just register. You log in, okay, and then you would fund your account. If you don't have a crypto wallet with crypto in it, then you would have to get it fund your crypto wallet. And like I said, we have instructions to walk everybody through that. So the one thing I can advise you on is if you decided to do that, I'm not advising you to do it, but if you decided to do that, what I would say is I wouldn't fret too much over how to do everything right now, because it doesn't cost you anything to create the account, right? You're not out anything. There's no price. They don't ask for your credit card, right? Just by creating the account, what it allows you to do is basically to create your connection with me if you're coming in through my link, and then I send you the instructions. So you just follow the steps through. So if you never had a crypto wallet, let me tell you guys, I am the biggest crypto idiot. I mean, I never used crypto before March 4th, and that was for a different deal. And I mean, yesterday I spent about 3 or 4 hours just trying to figure out how to move money in a certain way for this other deal, and I messed something up, and I sent $5,000 into Trust Wallet, and I was having trouble getting it out because I didn't have Tron in there to cover the fees. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. I don't have that sort of thing with Kraken. Kraken's easy. So I'm learning as I go the crypto stuff. I understand business, I understand compounding, but the crypto stuff's new to me. So you don't have to know much about crypto. You just have to follow the steps. And we've got this set up so you can really be dumb with this stuff and you can still make it work. I mean, one of our ways of getting funded is literally you create a CoinZoom account, you add the app to your phone, and you click a button that says CoinZoom Cash. Deposit, and then you click CoinZoom Cash, and it shows you a little barcode on your phone. You literally take cash into Walgreens. Okay, lets you search for locations that do it. You take cash into Walgreens, you give them the cash, you show them the barcode, they put the money in your CoinZoom account. I mean, we've gotten it down to that that level of how dumb you can be with the crypto to make this work. So virtually everything you could ask or want to know is all covered in the steps or the FAQ, and we've got a group set up now for questions, and we've got a Telegram group for updates and such. But I don't like having everybody being able to comment in the Telegram group, because 90% of it just becomes noise and you can't find what you're looking for. So the Telegram group channel for us is just updates and instructions. But we do have this MeWe group where if you have a question, you put it in there and then other people can answer it, right? So this guy asked a question and a couple of us answered it. And this way everybody can see the question, everybody can see the answer, everybody learns together. That just went up yesterday. As time goes on, I'm putting more and more of these things together. My next big project on this is for the people that decide to become part of this with us. I want to have full sales funnels built out that are shareable so everybody can use them. And it's just a tremendous amount of work. You wouldn't believe how much work it is to do that. And I'm still working on this. So once I get to this to the point where I'm like, okay, it's done. Because what is that point? How many workarounds do you need for people? Right? Well, if you're in this area, you can't use Kraken, but you can't use Coinbase because of this. But there's a workaround. You know, there's all these goofy things to learn. And before I can post the instructions, I have to learn them. Or I have to have others. Sometimes team members will reach out to me. There's 3 workarounds here for funding. 2 of them were sent to me by other team members, and one of them is actually someone else doing the instructional video. So the idea is to work together as a group so that we can all prosper. But I'm sure there'll be more workarounds. And what's the intention there? The intention is for people who just don't know anything about this stuff, who are like crypto-tards like me, you don't have to worry and fret and get all stressed and get a headache and spend all day studying. You should be able to come in and go through the instructions and just come out the other end shining. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. Of course, over time, you learn a few things here and there, but I also don't want you to have to educate anyone that you might want to share it with. I don't want you to have to teach them how to do this stuff and guide them and hold them by the hand. I put these resources here, so you just send them here. You see? My cousin Dwayne joined. What does he do? Send him to the instructions page. Okay, but he's got this question. Send him to the FAQ page. If he's got a question that's not on the FAQ page or in the instructions, you send him to the MeWe group. He posts this question here and someone will answer it. See the power. I've been doing this stuff a long time with all sorts of different businesses. Now we're just combining it with AI in the crypto market, and it's just like just blowing up like crazy. You are in a safe place. You're in good hands. You'll know exactly what to do. You don't have to worry about, well, how do I do, what do I, before I start, you don't have to do any of that if you want to do it. Again, I'm not a financial or investment advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. Do what you want with your money. Use this information at your own risk. If you participate in any sort of thing like this and it doesn't go exactly the way you want it, well, the risk is on you, right? So don't ever risk anything that, in a worst case scenario, if it went away, it's going to cause you trouble or pain in your life. And I want to see people like not feeding their kids or paying their rent because they're trying to do something like this because they think it's like a get-rich-quick thing. It's not. This is for people who have capital that they want to use to create more capital by getting some help to execute some crypto trading, like straight up buy low, sell high crypto trading. Basically, it's buying wholesale and selling retail. I mean, that's the way you can look at it. And you just don't have the skills or the time to do that because it would take you 24 hours a day. You wouldn't be able to execute 2% of what this software does. That's who this is for. This isn't for people who are scraping by and they're digging in the couch for quarters so they can try to get $10 to start doing this. I mean, I guess you could do that. If I were going to start at that low a level, this would be like an affiliate marketing thing. Like I would want to be sharing this with others and bringing other people in. I would use those referral commissions to fund my account. That's the only way I would recommend doing that. Frankly, I think if you got $10 and that's all you got, I don't think investing is for you. It's just my opinion. But I'm not an investment advisor. That's just what I'm thinking. I can think stuff, right? I could tell you what I'm thinking. In any event, that's all I got for you today. I've been doing, I don't know how many, I've probably done about 30 of these daily update videos tracking my progress as we go. There will be a certain point where it just will be pointless to do any more of these. I mean, it's like at this point, I got over 100 grand in the account after starting with 3,400, profiting 12,000 a day. I mean, what more does people need to see? I've shown 5 withdrawals, right? I don't know. Maybe as we go and the team grows, people will come up with some questions that really need to be answered, and I'll do some more on that. We're also going to be getting into some other things. There's a certain point on this where you've seen enough profit and all your needs are met, and you start looking at what else can I do with my money and to make more money, and maybe I don't want to have that all in one place. So we'll start getting into that more and more over the next few weeks. Okay? All right. Thanks for your time, guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.